There we go. I am doing the video. I'm doing the solo. I'm doing this solo. I have my co-pilot here, just Pete. Just me and Pete. It's going to be the two of us. Don't know if you know this. Welcome to the show. It's just me going solo. I forgot to book people. You know, life's been busy. It's been hot. I had a couple incidents. We'll see, you know, scheduling snafus, those kind of things. I went out of town the week before, so I forgot to cancel. I forgot to schedule somebody. Anyway, I figured I would give you a treat and let you hear what I have to say, because so many times when I do the interview-based show, I'm talking. I'm letting the guest kind of dictate the vibe, because I don't really want to go off on my own shit too much. But anyway, quick takes, if you will. I've been watching a lot of WNBA. I went to a game. I think it was during the NBA Finals. My buddy Kyle invited me to a WNBA game. We saw it in the suite at Staples Center downtown. It was the Sparks. I don't even know who they were playing. It was fun. WNBA games are inexpensive. I like basketball. I don't know. I know about 8 players in the league, and it was like Angel Reese, Asia Wilson, Sophie Cunningham, Caitlin Clark. That's about it, really. I can't remember the girl that's like leading the team in scoring for Indiana. I've been watching NBA highlights. They're in this. Can we just let the ladies fucking play? Can we just? I mean, it took them like 30 years to get relevant, and I feel like conservative media is kind of making it like a scarcity mindset. Like there can only be enough love for a few players. Kelsey Plum, she plays in the NBA. I don't know if Diana Taurasi is still playing. I know she was in Phoenix for a long time. Angel Reese. Yeah, I don't know enough of the players. I don't know a shitload of NBA players. I know the Knicks just because Jalen Brunson and Karl Anthony Towns, and also they've won. I keep track of the Lakers a little bit, but yeah, I mean, so anyway, they're doing this thing where they're like, Enes Kanter played for Oklahoma City for a lot of years, and I can't remember the other guy, black dude. He, I think he's kind of gone in the conservative media. They're in this whole WNBA. It's about. I think it's about like biological males transitioning and playing in the WNBA. Who gives a shit? I mean, who really gives a shit? I don't think it's good. I think there is a difference between men and women. I just feel like there's so much goddamn grifting going on. It was just like, if you care, you care, and I get it. They tried to bait Sophie Cunningham into this thing, and there was like some beef with the Minnesota coach and the Seattle owner. I do think there is a difference between men and women. Oh well, you know. I don't care if you care. I don't care if you agree. Whatever. I remember, God, it must have been 2015, 2016. There was a big thing on like dating apps where there were men who had transitioned to be women, and they were like on your Tinders, Bumbles, and stuff like that, where I would see somebody who was clearly transitioned. I mean, I'm not 100% because sometimes, you know, whatever. But it was just like I don't want to date a dude, and I don't care if you feel that you're not a dude. I don't hate you. I want you to be able to. I want you to be able to vote. I want you to be able to get married if you want to get married. I want you to be able to have health coverage. I want you to live your best life. I want you to be able to have a job, have a place to live. You got to pay your bills. I just don't want to date you. And I want you to, be represented in movies, be represented in workplace. I don't feel like you should be screwed over anyway. I just don't want to date you. And there was a pushback saying, if a guy like me, a heterosexual man, doesn't want to date trans women, that's being transphobic. And I'm like, what? I mean, like, Well, I didn't. I remember it was, it's just like, no, I think transphobic is like hating people. I think it's like making shitty jokes. I think it's harassing people. I don't love Indian food. I mean, I have some Indian food, but like usually like the real Americanized greasy shit. But like, if I don't like Indian food, it doesn't mean I hate Indian people, right? Like maybe I just prefer a cheeseburger or a pizza or lo mein, whatever. I like Chinese stuff. Not really good Chinese, but like greasy Chinese. So yeah. They have a Oleo Pop, and Poppy has a new competitor, Popwell. You can get these for 99 cents at Ralph's. I'm doing it. It's one of those sodas with real sugar and anyway. See, that's I just like let the fucking women play. And in his canter, I guess he's like a grifter now. I guess he was a good post player. I think the other guy's name was Royce something, Royce White. He isn't white. I think he's a conservative talk guy now, and it's just like it's just so desperate for attention. It's so thirsty. I mean, I do this. I make content. I get it, but it's just like they're just stirring up shit for no fucking reason, and it's gross. And nobody cares. Nobody. What are we doing? What's going on? It just I don't. And I feel like maybe it's just my feed, because I do watch Caitlin Clark. At first I thought it was a hype machine. She's really good. She's really good. She got better after she had Sophie Cunningham on the roster, because she gets a little bit more protected. You need an enforcer like that. I think that was part of the reason why Kobe kind of sucked after Shaq got traded, because they didn't have an enforcer. They didn't have a guy in the middle, that would, Kobe didn't win until Ron Artest came back, until Ron Artest joined the Lakers. When you have a great finesse player like that, you need a pounder. Jordan needed Horace Grant, and then he also needed Rodman. Magic had Rambus, who would pound, and Divock, who would pound, and Eldon Campbell and AC Green. You need Isaiah had Rodman. They had Rodman and Lambeer. You need the pound. Anyway, there's been a couple of really good comeback wins. I watched just a little bit. I think they beat Atlanta, and Angel Reese missed a game winner. Kind of choked on that one, and went into overtime. And Caitlin Clark won. I call Indiana Caitlin Clark now. It's so funny because her game is so similar to Reggie Miller. She's such a finesse player, Anyway, long story boring. Stop grifting. Just watch the games. Watch the fucking games. If you can name 12 players, I'll trust your opinion. If you can break down if you can name 12 players, if you can tell me who 3 coaches are in the WNBA, I'll listen to your opinion. But if you're just like you're doing that Clay Travis outkick the blah blah, I don't care. Stop co-opting sports for your weird shit. Anyway, that's all I have to say about that. I went to Sacramento last week. Did a private show. It was a gig salad. These were not great gigs. It was kind of fun though. And then I did a spot that night. It was on a roast battle. It was my first roast battle in 12 years, maybe 11, 12 years. I'm not a big fan of roast battles. It was something to do while I was already in Sacramento for the night. There was I lost. I got my ass kicked. It's so weird. I was never a big fan of roasting. There are good roasters. I think the best one obviously was probably Greg Giraldo, Patrice O'Neal. I'm very biased to the tough crowd kind of guys. The best roast ever was Norm Macdonald roasting Bob Saget, doing the anti-roast. The best roast episode on Comedy Central was probably the roast of James Franco. where Bill Hader roasted him just as a character, and it was just so funny. I'm trying to remember Andy Samberg doing a reverse roast on James Franco, also hilarious. It was because they were also like his friends. The roast of Tom Brady was really good. The roast of Kevin Hart was really good. Like in my if it's not a Comedy Central roast, but if you can find it on YouTube, it's a great roast. The roast of Snoop Dogg and Tony Hinchcliffe, guy I started with, absolutely fucking destroys it. He is one of the best roast writers and roast performers. He is theatrical. He is a clever writer, and he likes playing the villain. I was doing a roast battle, and I do kind of, I did one, and I got my ass kicked in LA like 12, 11 years ago. The guy was better, he was better theatrically than me, and he played it well, and it was ugly. I do feel like roasting, I think open micers, roasting other open micers is weird. I do feel like roasting should be only whenever you have real estate. I don't think a guy like guy or lady grinding it out on somebody's futon, should be going through that. It was it was at the Comedy Store in the Belly Room, and to me, stand-up comedy is a very it's something I love. I grew up watching it. Comedy fans are great. They can, there's people that like a little bit more esoteric. They like a little bit more, some people like more sarcastic, some people like a little bit more direct, straight down the barrel. I feel that people that like roasts, especially like the young people that like roasts, are damaged people. They are sad people. Something has gone wrong in their life. And they want to see young people, 20, 30-year-olds, go at each other. Not like Billy Crystal and Jamie Foxx, not Sammy Davis Jr. and Frank Sinatra. They don't want to, like I said, like a Greg Giraldo and a Dennis Leary. I'm okay with that, I would like to see, Jeff Foxworthy roast Brian Callen. I want to see guys that have houses and families roast each other. I don't want to see people that are just on the climb up. I got my ass kicked. I got my ass kicked in Sacramento. I feel I got screwed in Sacramento because the guy was a local guy and they were trying to create their own local scene. He was a nice guy. We talked. He was, I was doing the theatrics, and they wanted zero of the theatrics. I was going to do like this little play thing where I was saying the joke was you'll see this guy soon on Netflix, not for his comedy, which we'll see in just a moment, but because he's probably going to be involved in a murder doc. And I was set to use my phone with the violin from the Netflix, and it butchered, and I looked like a fucking boomer, and it sucked, and that was my opener. And I was shoveling water for the rest of the night. I had better jokes. I had better retorts. He was a nice guy. He wrote a couple of good jokes about me. But I've had, that's one of the good things about roast is sometimes you will find jokes about yourself where you can make them, where you can appropriate them for yourself and make them part of your own act. I can't remember this guy's name. What was it? It was not Carlos Herrera, but it was Carlos something. He told me, we were goofing. We were goofing on the patio in the parking lot of the Comedy Store one time. He made a joke about me. He said, "I look like if Homer Simpson let himself go." I thought that was hilarious. I used to use that. It's very funny. That's very funny. What else? Speaking of going for the throat, cutting some people off, changing the availabilities. I do not fax out my availabilities anymore. I don't know if you have to do this in other places. I'm assuming you do in a place like Dallas or St. Louis or whatever. I think in LA you have to do it a lot more severely. I call it friendship pruning, relationship pruning, where you're just like, oh, that's a dead branch, you know? Not that they're not doing well in their career, not that they're not finding success, but they've just become a leech. They've become a vampire. Usually it's for attention, you know, like I get it, we're doing challenging things. I also, you know, I've had my ups and I've had my downs. I am also self-aware and I go, oh, hey, I'm being a little bit of a bitch right now. Why don't I just take some time off or, you know, restrict myself? I have a business. I went to college, went to Oklahoma State University, so you know, I have a business degree. Not a therapist, not an MSW, not an LCSW, not a MFT. I can listen. I can say, hey, would you like some advice? Do you just want to vent? What's going on? And then let's go back to being friends. I don't. What the fuck are we doing here? You know, I don't. And people want to take a time. Like I hate having to cut people off. I really do, because this is especially in the entertainment thing, because it's very fucking challenging. You need a good team around you, but you don't need to drive a car with 3 good wheels and 1 flat consistently. If you have a flat tire, you pull over, you change the tire, you get moving, you get back on the way you're going. You don't just go, oh well, the tire's flat. We'll just drive. We'll drive 5 miles an hour and bend the rim. That's not what I'm gonna fucking do. I will help you fix. I will help you repair. I will, yeah, whatever. I have AAA. I'm also a dude. Dude from Oklahoma. I can change a tire. But I'm not gonna fucking just sit there and go, oh, I guess this just sucks. You know, I can't do that. I don't care enough. If you don't care, I don't care, and if we don't care, what are we doing? You know, if you don't care and I don't care, we don't care, and if we don't care, what the fuck are we doing? That's what I'm saying. Fuck it, fuck off. Ugh. I did see something fun the other night. I was happy. I live near the Hollywood Bowl. Went to go see my buddy John, who's been on the podcast a handful of times, hit me up. We went to go see Top Gun Maverick. They're playing it like at the Hollywood Bowl, but with a live orchestra. Fucking amazing. Also, I had a good time. We can walk to it. I don't have to deal with any transit issues. It was a Saturday night. Good times. Definitely recommend it. If you're in LA and there's a show that you want to see, go see it at the Hollywood Bowl. One of the best venues in America. It's probably the only thing I could really compare it to is probably the Red Rock Theater in what's it called? Colorado Springs, Colorado. It'd be funny if it was like Colorado Springs, Delaware. No, Colorado Springs. Something similar to that. Just one of those iconic live musical venues. Maybe I think it was the Acropolis or something over in Greece. It's like one of those kind of great venues. That's what's going on with me. I've got some great guests coming up. Should be exciting. What else is going on? Other news that I cannot bring up to you. I will tell you. I'm gonna get into it. Someone asked me to start. A friend I've known since high school. We talk, and I started. And she wants me to start putting these some stuff like this out, and I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna tell you about the building. The building I live in. I've lived in 2 buildings since I moved back to LA in 2019. I was living in Long Beach. I lived in 1 building. I'm not talking about the first one. The second one I'm in now. It's a cast of characters, and we're all a little quirky. A lot of entertainment. So a lot of people on bad diets, we'll say. Yeah. And you get diversity, you get dogs, you know, we all kind of accept each other, you know, racially, gender, sexual orientation. I feel like there was one exception. We'll say to that. I will not say her name. But she did live below me. Her name, we'll just call her Nina, for lack of a better word. I So when I first moved in here, there was a lady. Right below me. She was in her 20s, and I moved in during COVID. I was still working a day job during COVID. I'm giving you the full story to let you know what I'm dealing with. It was like 11 o'clock, 11 p.m., maybe close to midnight, 1 a.m. I went down to go knock on the door. This is like during COVID, 2021. I just moved in. And I knock on the door just opens, and like a puff of marijuana smoke hits me. And like, you've seen me, I smoke weed on the show, I don't care. And the music, because the music was blaring, the music was loud, and I go, hey, you're gonna need to, I'm upstairs, I'm right above you, I'm in this one. You're gonna need to cut the music or turn it down. And she just looked at me and goes, yeah, that's fair. Yeah. And she did, to her credit. And then the next day I walked by her building, her unit, and the door was open. She asked, and she goes, hey, could you help me with my Wi-Fi? And I just said, hey, if you haven't subscribed yet, why don't you just get on my Wi-Fi? I pay $60 a month, give me 30, whatever. From that point on, we started having a relationship. It was COVID. You have to date your neighbors during COVID, apparently. I did. I don't know if it was dating. She was an escort. I never paid for sex from her. She was an Italian lady. She was chaos. A lot of drugs, a lot of sex. She's no longer in LA. She would also do a thing where she was probably one of the worst humans ever in Los Angeles. I am not going to name her. Her name is not Nina. She was from the East Coast. I think she's in Texas now. We don't really talk. She was a sweet girl, but I think she'd done some movies with James Dean, and I'm not talking about the rebel with a cause. DEEN, if you know what I'm talking about. If you know, you know. So that was going on for a little bit. She was one of the worst people. She was one of the best people and one of the worst people. She was every LA cliche in one. It was great. We would we'd be sitting. She turned me onto the show Big Mouth because we'd smoke weed and watch that. And it was really funny. The animated show on Netflix. Great, silly stuff. And then she'd say, hey, do you want to order something? I was like, yeah, it'd be great. I might like Chinese. We order Chinese food, and then I go, hey, how much do I owe you? She goes, I have no idea. I have no idea whose account I'm on. So I was eating for free. That was nice. She never did pay for the Wi-Fi. She never did give me $30 for the Wi-Fi, but I got plenty of free meals off of it. One time I was there, and it was like I think he was either Latino or South Asian guy. Brought like this huge laundry bag full of clothes, or folded up for her. And it was because there used to be a laundromat down the street, and I said, I go, oh, you do use the service? And she goes, yeah. I go, how much does it cost? She goes, fuck if I know. And apparently he was just picking up her laundry from the apartment, driving it down, getting it done, folding it for her, and bringing it back. I go, you're not paying anything for this? And she goes, no, I'm not paying anything for it. I go, he's clearly either stealing your socks or your underwear. And she just took a moment, and she goes, yeah, that's probably fair. One of the worst ladies in Los Angeles. And if you're one of the worst ladies in Los Angeles, you can rank globally. You're one of the top 10. We'd be watching, we'd watch a lot of stand-up. We'd watch a lot of, I can't remember what else we'd watch. Big Mouth we'd watch, because there was so much ketchup on that. Rick and Morty. We'd watch a lot of animated horse shit, stupid stuff. I remember and then occasionally she'd get a text, and she'd go, hey, I gotta take this. And I'd be like, okay. So she'd go in the other room, and I would hear her. She was Italian. She would let you know she's Italian. If you weren't sure she was Italian, she'd tell you every 8 seconds she's Italian. And she would go in the other room and just call, like, what the fuck is wrong with you, you stupid little bitch? Blah, 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 blah. You're a fucking loser. Da, 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 da. She would have to, chew out dudes, dominate them or yell at them. She was probably one of the worst people in America. But she'd make $400 in 5 minutes, or I don't know how much. I didn't even get involved with her money because I didn't want to know what it was stuck to. So yeah, it was a relationship. It was COVID, whatever. She drank herself out of town. I helped her move. I helped her get her dog, her cat. I hope she's living. I think she's living a better life. We're not really talking anymore. But she moved out. There was a gay dude that moved in. He kind of looked like Michael McDonald. I think that may have been his name, but not McDonald. But he had a big fluffy dog. He lived there for like 2.5 years. I'd see him on occasion, like, oh, hey, dog looks great. Yeah, well, how about the weather? Yeah, man, Lakers. I think he was gay. I'm pretty sure he was gay. But, never heard one fucking peep out of him. It was around the time I started the podcast. The one we'll call Nina moved in. And that bitch, wow. She was here for 2 years. And it was the worst 2 years ever. I've lived here for 5 years now. I seriously thought about moving. I would, I hate the whole, I'm neurodivergent. Sometimes you're just a fucking asshole. Sometimes you're just an asshole and people should be allowed to punch you. I'm not a fan of men punching women, but she was kind of tall and I feel like we could punch. I could punch her. She would sing all the time. Nina, I'll just say her Instagram was Nina sings all the time or something like that. And she would sing, and like she'd sing girl songs, like she had like a full ass karaoke setup, and she would stream live her singing. And she would do a lot of lady musicians I kind of like, Lady Gaga, Mariah Carey, Whitney Houston, Gwen Stefani, Amy Winehouse, shit I fuck with, Katy Perry. But she was the problem was she was a horrible singer, like one of the worst ever. Like she would be banned from Koreatown. She was that. I mean, like Filipinos wouldn't even do karaoke with her. She was the worst goddamn singer you have ever met. And she had a loud PA system that she would sing and stream from her apartment, which was directly below mine. Everybody in the building hated her. Everybody. There was one person that hated her. I'll give it. Let's see. There was the interracial couple next door. They hated her. There was the single woman. I think she was dating a trans guy, and she's a loud dog. She hated her. We all hated Nina. We'll just say. Let's see. Who else was it? The two Arabic ladies. They hated her. There was two gay interracial couples, both white and Latino. One in one building, one in one unit, one in another unit, not the same unit. They both hated her. There was a retired film star. She hated her. There was a woman who had a restraining order from a major pop singer. She hated her. There was a gay Muslim dude. There was a trans TV writer. There was a guy with 3 or 4 kids upstairs. He hated. It was unanimous. There was the girl from Eastern Europe, the guy from Boston, the single guy from Boston. Everybody hated her. Nina, the fucking singer, and she would never have gigs. She wouldn't go to like the Troubadour or the Rainbow Room, or she wouldn't even busk on Hollywood Boulevard where like people do that. She like 2 blocks away. She could have carried a fucking PA system. I hated her. And there was times where, because I would work half the time and then I would work and I'd be home half the time. I fucking hate her. There was the biracial girl, we go hiking or something like that. There was like 3 or 4 two of the girls, we went to go hiking one time at Runyon Canyon, and we fucking heard Nina singing up there. I'm calling her Nina for why, because I'm not trying to get whatever. And like we went up there to hike and we started, and she was the worst fuck. She was in her 40s and not a 20-year-old, not somebody stupid and naive. This was a malicious asshole. Yeah, it was. Yeah, she's gone now. There's a gay black dude down there. He's cool. He's fine. He just talked to him. There was one person who was really nice to her. There's an elderly couple live like they don't live anywhere near where they could hear her. That's probably why they liked her. She would sing on the patio while they were walking out there, and their hearing was probably bad. He must have turned down. And the lady, I think she's kind of had. It's a couple. They're so fucking cute. They're 70s, 80s, and the husband's taking care of the wife, and he's like a really diligent, doting husband, and he's trying to make things as quality of life for her, but she would say she would even see Nina and would just like, oh, you're singing. Yeah, it was just like, and it's a goddamn cute couple, and I hate the fact that they were nice to her. I'm such an ass. All right, I'm gonna end it there. I'm gonna come back and I'll do another episode. I'm gonna tell you about the Home Depot episode. All right, I'll do Home Depot now. First of all, let me tell you about my good friends at the company Good Feels. If you like the podcast and you're listening, so I know you are, I would love it if you are a person who would like a THC-based seltzer drink or any other THC products to click on the link and check out my friends at Good Feels. Use the promo code OVPoints. You will get 20% off your first order. They have THC-based seltzers. They have 6-pack, 12-pack, 24-pack delivered to your house. They have no sugar, no alcohol involved. They come in a lot of fruity flavors. My favorite is the blood orange. They also sell THC-based gummies, and they also have mixed powdered drinks if you want to have the THC base in something that is not seltzer based, if that will upset your belly. Check out my friends at Good Feels. Use the promo code OVPoints. You can subscribe and save, but use the promo code. Helps out the show. Thank you very much. And we are back. I had an episode this week. I was working at this, working with these restaurants, and it was Saturday. Saturday matters. Saturday's the thing. Two of the girls next door to me in the building hit me up, asked me if I would. They've been putting a garden together in Iraq, and they asked me if they could get me to help them lug some stuff from Home Depot, and I was just like, sure, because I'm a good neighbor. I'm not like some people. I find them very attractive too. We're fun. We watch movies together. We hang out. And I was like, yeah, sure, no problem. It's been hot in LA. It's been hot and humid. It's turning into Oklahoma in Los Angeles. How did this go? I'm trying to remember everything that happened that day. So I think we left around 2:30. I went to go walk Pete Dog, and as I'm walking back, we do have one set of neighbors. These have been the only other neighbors anybody's ever had beef with. We call them the floor they're on. I'll just say fifth floor. They're fifth floor. We'll call them fifth floor because I don't want to name them. They're a gay couple. There's the fat one and the skinny one. The Persian girls, Arabic girls, Muslim girls, whatever. They have a beef with the fifth floor because they smoke cigarettes on their patio, and the fifth floor guys complain about it all the time. They're insane. They're insufferable. I don't like to use the word lightly. I will use it around dudes. I will use it for dudes. These guys are cunts. There's a fat cunt and a skinny cunt, and they're in a cunt relationship, and they're miserable, and they make everybody around them miserable. One time, the fat cunt was stuck in the elevator because it got jammed or whatever, and started screaming like a 13-year-old girl, like fucking Cartman. It's like grown up gay Cartman is what it is. The skinny one I've never really had a problem with until recently, I guess. So. They smoke cigarettes, and these guys are like, oh my God, I can't breathe. Shut the fuck up. I mean, it's a city. They like I said, there's plenty of room. They put a canopy over their thing so the smoke won't get to them. Fuck them. There's so many gay people in this building. This is the only gay unit that nobody likes. Anyway, so Nina and fifth floor, we'll call them Nina and fifth floor. I was walking Pete, and I saw an SUV that was running on the wrong side of the street with its door open, and Pete starts going over to the door, and I'm of the open car. I look at it just to make sure, like, there's not some kind of emergency or something, like somebody fell out or is having like a stroke or something, you know what I mean? And then I'm like, hey Pete, back up, you know, and then the skinny one, I think the skinny one comes out, and I'm like, oh, okay, he may have just left something in his building. And he says something to me like, I think he said, stay the fuck away from my car. And I'm like, oh, okay, man, cool. Have a nice day. Have a good day. Have a good day, dude. Then the fat one comes out. And they run. And I was just like, the fat one is he's like, tell your friends to stop smoking cigarettes. And I go, you think I can control either of those women? No. It's like I'm getting sucked into their gay drama kind of thing. It's sad. Anyway, I was like, have a nice day, have a blessed day. I say shit like that all the time. So we go to Home Depot, a couple miles away. I'm like, yeah, and it's the home and garden section, so it's outside. It's got to be 90 degrees, and we're on concrete. It's hot. It's shaded, but it's not, there's no wind, there's no breeze. It sucks. I assumed they knew what they wanted to get because I was going to be lugging shit. They wound up filling 3 goddamn shopping carts full of shit and then arguing about what they wanted the whole time. About halfway through, there was this really tall guy from New Zealand, good-looking guy. He was completely drugged out of his fucking mind. And one of the girls stops to talk to him because she'd been shitty in a bad mood for the whole day. But then she's just like entertaining this guy, and I'm like, well, what's going on here? I'm lugging these, 50, 60-pound pots, putting them in the shopping cart, moving them around. Oh wait, no, we don't want this cart we don't want this one after you put it in the cart. We're gonna put it back. Oh wait, we want a different color. Oh wait, this is plastic. No, we want this one. We want that one. We gotta have a plate underneath to collect water. And I'm like, I don't give a fuck. I'm just like, hey, this is a 15-minute process if you know what you fucking want. They didn't. And so I thought, when you ask somebody to do a favor for you, you try to, I believe in, save their time, save their energy, save their strength, try to make it as easy as possible. This was not going on. This was a 2.5-hour trip to Home Depot. Not a drive, 10-15 minute drive, no problem. 10 minutes there, 10 minutes back, whatever. 2.5 hours at the fucking Home Depot. The drugged out New Zealand Kiwi guy, they start talking about politics because that's what we're doing at That's what we're doing at fucking Home Depot. We're talking about Trump. Great. What? If you're talking about soil, if you're talking about like mulch, if you're talking about like, oh hey, you need this much sun, if you need for what? Stop. I hate you. I hate you. I hate you. And you should be hurt. That's how I felt about that. We finally get out. They rang up like $800 worth of stuff. They realized, oh, I think we've got too much. 3 shopping carts full. And the guy at this poor guy's older Asian guy was probably, gotta be 50, 60s. It's hard to tell with Asian guys and women how old somebody is. He was just like, he was hating his life dealing with these two. I was not loving my life dealing with these two. And they're like, oh, we want this, we don't want this, we don't want that, we didn't want this, we need this if we're gonna get that, blah, blah, blah. It was a mess. It was a fucking mess. He's like looking out at the freeway overpass going, yeah, this could solve some problems. I'm looking out at the freeway overpass and go, maybe we should hold hands. Me and the old Asian man from Home Depot can hold hands and just jump off to the 101 freeway. That's what I wanted to do. We were not done. We finally get I consolidated it down to 2 carts, I think, and we get there, and there's a space next to us. We had a pretty good close parking space, and there was I believe, Latina lady trying to back into a spot, and then there was this lady in a minivan who was trying to get the same spot coming from the opposite way, and they were having this weird detente that kind of turned into horns. At first, the lady in the minivan, the white lady in the minivan, was nice and polite, and then the other one wouldn't get out of the other one's way, and then they start honking. And we'd been there 2.5 hours. It's 100 degrees. I'm moving 500 pounds worth of clay pottery. We dealt with the mollied out New Zealand Kiwi motherfucker. I dealt with the gay fifth floor instigators who were starting shit earlier. I've been working all day. It's a blacktop parking lot, and I just say, and I said it, and I don't regret it. I said, enough. It's a Home Depot parking lot. Find a second space. There's plenty of room. And so the minivan lady left, and then the Latina lady backed into the spot. Whatever, she ran in, got in what she needed to do. I don't care. The day laborers that were standing out there were having a good time. They're kind of in the shade about it. They were laughing about it. Ha ha ha. They're having a good time. They were. After that, minivan comes over and gets the spot right next to us, on the other side. And she had, she looked like the one from the barbecue in Oakland. The one where she was like, on the phone, these black people are at a barbecue. She seemed like that. She had that kind of energy. She had the gray hair, sunglasses. And she goes around, she walks over with the SUV from the Persian ladies and starts videotaping the license plate. Pete. Yeah. I don't want him to knock over the screen. I don't want him to. Pete. Oh, God damn it. Anyway. She starts videotaping our license plate. I had had enough at that point. I had had a full fucking day's worth of heat, work, and stress. And I just say, what do you need? My name's Matt Lewis. I gave a fake, I started giving her my phone number, and I'm in her face with the camera, blah, blah, blah. I go, I gave her 6 or 7 digits correct, and the rest of them were kind of made up. And once I realized what I was doing, because I could be streaming, she could be doxing me or whatever. And she's putting the phone, and I go, let me get your information. Tell me your name. And I'm doing it back to her. I don't give a shit. At this point. The Mexican guys over there, I guess they're Mexican. They're having the day laborers. The 2 Persian girls are just horrified that I'm doing this. And she's just like, this is unacceptable behavior. This is unacceptable. I don't have to tell you anything. I go, lady, what would make you happy right now at this moment? What would make you happy right now? Tell me and we'll figure it out. She says nothing. And I go, thank you, Karen. Go to your store, do your shopping, adios, arrivederci, sayonara, see you later. And it was just, sometimes you need to explode on people. You need to do it, and there's nothing wrong with it. And I feel like the security guard from Home Depot came out. He asked some of the Spanish guys what was going on. They were like, hey, it's no problem. It's okay. They asked me, and I go, she was coming in with major Karen energy. He goes, oh yeah, I felt that. So I was like, I'm vindicated. Yeah, I yelled at a 50-year-old lady at a Home Depot parking lot. I didn't yell at the gay couple that lived in my building. I never yelled at Nina. Who else? Don't really yell at too many customers or anything like that. But yeah. I'm having a good time. Guys, I hope you liked the episode. Yeah, I'm assuming you're one of the regular listeners if you're listening to it. If you're not, whatever. Hey, man, welcome to the party. Subscribe, do me a freaking favor. Write a comment. Tell me that, write a comment. You can review it on Apple. I know Apple. Hit like, share. Share it with somebody. I'm doing a pretty good job here with this shit. I got an email the other day. We're ranked pretty high in comedy podcasts, which is amazing because I spend 0 money on doing this. So for stand-up podcast, I guess I was in the top 100. I think I don't remember the exact number, but man, fuck yeah, it's good. It's going well. Things are great. August 31st, I'm doing the big show in LA. Love for you to come through. Doing it tentatively at Stage Social House. It'll be a birthday show. It's gonna be called Hala, if you hear me. Every Tuesday you can find me at Stay Social. The 8:31, that's the big one. If I'm doing shows in your area, let me know. I'll let you know. You can follow the podcast, Obnoxious Valid Points. I am the Fun Matt Lewis on socials. I do a little bit on TikTok. That's what's going on, man. That's what's going on in the city. Thanks for listening. Talk to you later. Adios.
Support for Obnoxious Valid Points is not brought to you by Audible. Audible, are you too stupid to read a book? Have one read to you. You'll find no books or mentions of books at patreon.com/ovpoints.